Hey everybody, this is Diane with Crafting with Fury, and I am here with Scrappy Shack, and we are on day number 5, yay, of our Spellbinders 13 Days of Craftoween. So let's see what number 5 is going to be. So on the 5th day of Craftoween, Spellbinders gave to me. There we go. Let's see. I'm super excited. Super excited. So let's get in here and let's see what it is. Oh my goodness. Look at this, creeping it real. This Halloween with this cute little spider. And let me see what I did with what I made for this one. I thought he was so stinking cute. And this is the only spider that I will ever say is so stinking cute. So this is what we are going to create. And what we're going to use is we are going to use the Better Press machine and use the spider web plate for that. So guys, let's get started. Sorry about that. My phone cut off and my phone died. So I record on my cell phone, and I guess I just ran it down. But anyway, so what we're going to do with this card is we're actually going to use Better Press. And what I used on this right here is a Better Press spiderweb background plate. I love Better Press. Absolutely love it. And what it does is it impresses into the paper. I wish you could feel it. It just, it feels so nice. So this is the plate that I use for the spider web. And for the sentiment, I use this set, which is Halloween icons. And what it does, it's a plate that you can impress into the paper, and then it cuts out all these sentiments at one time. And so I absolutely love that. So I use this, and we're going to use that for the sentiment. And of course, we're going to use the little ghosties from the Halloween TikTok there. And the Better Press, I don't know if anybody's ever used it, but let me tell you, you can tell mine is well loved. It's been out for 2 or 3 years now. And what it is I'm going to show you how to use it really quick. You need a die cutting machine, and I'm going to leave it over here because I don't have a whole lot of space. But you can use it in any die cutting machine that this will fit through right here. You can use it in your electric die cutting machine if it's a switch. It has to have an opening large enough for this to fit through. And it is, let's see, about 3/4 of an inch wide or tall. So you have to have something like that. So you can, your Big Shot definitely. I know Spellbinders they have their own die cutting machine that it'll fit through. So let me show you. And they do have their own inks, which is a permanent ink. The Better Press ink. And honestly, the best paper to use is their cotton card panel papers, because what it is a cotton paper that the ink will kind of, I wish you could feel it, it just feels so good, but it absolutely just takes the ink like a dream and the impression. So you can try other papers, but I can't guarantee you that you would have that good of a result. So what you would do, and we're just going to go ahead and make the background together. I've already made one in orange, but I thought, you know what? There's some of you that may not have seen a Better Press. And so I did this kind of last minute. Okay. So I do have some of their tape. All right. So what you'll do is you will take your plate okay? And it is just a metal plate. And you will place it, this is a magnet here, okay? And there's grid lines. There's grid lines on this. And what you would do is you would put your paper where you want it. And I'm just going to put a little piece of, you can use washi tape, or this is their, I think it's called Best Ever tape. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the back. Okay, just so it'll hold. And that way, if you have to ink it again, and always make sure that your Better Press wording is at the bottom, because that way you'll make sure you always get the same impression. And I thought what I would do this time, I'm just going to use some different colors. And what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of pat and twist on your plate. And I'm using Tiger, Peridot, and Teal Topaz. There's all kinds of colors. And we're going to do some topaz down here. And I'm going to do some here. And I think the black comes in a bigger pad, but I believe all the other colors probably come in these mini sizes. And so what we'll do is we will lay this here, and when it goes through the machine, it impresses the paper. So I'm, like I said, I've got my machine over here. That way it's not in the way. And it just goes through. You only have to send it through once. You don't have to keep going through and through and through. And so see, this is what you get. And what it does is it impresses that ink in that paper, and you can feel the impression. I love it. I wish you could feel that. But that kind of just gives you an idea of how you can do Better Press. And they've got so many plates that you can play with. And how you would clean your plate and your machine is with archival cleaner, because this ink is kind of like an archival ink. It's a permanent ink. You don't want to put this directly on your machine, because your magnet, because it will take off your grid lines, and we don't want that. And it cleans up nice. So there is our plate, sparkly clean. Lay that there. And this is the same thing that you would do with the lettering too. Let me make sure that I got it clean. I'm one of them weird ones. They do make replacements for these two, which I'm about due. All right. So we got our Better Press cleaned up. I'm going to put my machine away. So now you know how the Better Press works, but I still think that I'm going to use my orange one that I impressed. So let's get started. And use a cloth. If you use paper towels, it may kind of shred or whatever. All right. So let's get everything out of the way. We are also going to use some, you guessed it, black soot. And on the sentiment, I'm going to use some Lisa Horton's Cloud 9 Get it out. Silver Shine. And it is from the limited edition set that she put out. It's metallic inks. And I cut out a whole big bunch. So, let's see. They come out, and this is what they look like when you cut them out. I mean, you get all of these different sentiments, and they're awesome. You're a scream. Have a fabulous birthday. And let's see. There's so many. I would never ghost you. Happy Halloween. Sending spooky hugs, which that's the one I want. So you get all of these and you cut them all out at once. Happy haunting. And yeah. So you can save those for other cards. And I use them a lot because, you know. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put that in there, is we are going to use some black soot. And we're just going to distress the edges. And this does not affect the impression of the Better Press. I love this. Now, something else you can do, you can glimmer. If you have a glimmer machine, you can use your your Better Press plates in your glimmer, but you cannot use your glimmer in your Better Press because the glimmer is a different plate, and so they do not suggest that you use that in your Better Press, but you can use your Better Press in your glimmer, and I have done that before. And can you imagine this glimmered in silver? Maybe by the end of this I could have one glimmered for you and show you when we do a review of everything that we've created together. Even the sentiments you can glimmer. See, that would be cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and glue this down. Okay. Love it. Okay. And we've done got the sentiment, and I'm going to show you how to put one of the spiders together. And then I'll do one offline or off video because I didn't want to take up too much time. So these are the pieces that you'll cut out for the actual spider. So there's a top piece, which I did in gray. There's a second piece, which would be your eyes. I did it in black. And then you need your white, okay? And you will need a hat, and I do not know why I went ahead and put these together, but you're going to have two pieces for the hat. There's the bottom piece there. So see that. Okay. And so here's the hat. It comes in two pieces, this piece and this piece. So there's that. And then of course you're going to have your legs. You're going to have your left, and you're going to have your right. There. All right. So let's put these together. First thing you're going to do is you're going to make sure all those are out. You're going to glue your black to your white, okay? If you wondered how in the world you was going to do those little whites in the eyes, this is how you do it. And you're going to put that there. Let me see if I can get the camera in just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So there, you're going to put the black on the white. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fix that to where it shows through. There we go. I thought, what? So see, there is the eyeballs. And there's got a little smile. So let's put this on there. Okay. And just make sure your eyeballs line up. Where is there? Okay. That's glitter. I did glitter this time, so I'm gonna have to let it kind of. Okay. And I'll do the second one off camera. Then there's the hat on that. And I also did a couple of the ghosties. And I'll put the black behind their eyes from the TikTok. And it looks like I did use a couple of little sequences. So I'll get those out. All right. And so how you're going to do the legs is you're going to put glue on this piece here, on this little piece here, put glue here, and then you're just going to lay your spider's body on that. So let's go ahead and do the first piece. And put the cute little spider. I can't believe I'm saying those words together. And it just lays right on it. Okay. And then we're going to put some glue on this little curve right here. And you're going to lay your spider perfectly on it, right in the corner. And look, there's our little spider. Ain't he cute? All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put his little hat on. And I'm just going to put a little glue on his head and glue the hat. You could even put it crooked or however you want. I'm just going to put it right over his top of his little head. Okay. And so I'm going to go ahead and put the other spider together. Alrighty, so I have got my spiders put together. I've got my sentiment and I've got my little ghosties and sequences. So let's create the card. I want to go ahead and, I should have done this off camera. I should have put some foam tape on there. Okay, so I have got my spiders, my ghost put together. We've got our sentiment, our sequences. I went ahead and put foam dots on the back. So let's kind of decide where we want to put these little fellers. Let's see. And we could do, we're going to do a little different than the other one. Let's do this one here and this one coming up here. Love it. All right, so let's go ahead and get these off. And then we'll use our silver Lisa Horton ink on the sentiment. So I think I want to do him like this. Let's get our ghosty. I'm going to put him right here. I'm going to put this little ghosty right here. I think I'll have him coming right there. So cute. So stinking cute. So this is what it looks like on the back. Okay. And let's put this one kind of here. And I'm going to take the sentiment. And all I'm going to do, since this is metallic pigment ink, you really need your own brush with it. But I think I'm just going to kind of give it a little something, something. Okay. Just give it a little silver spooky. Okay. And I'm going to kind of do the same thing as I did with the other one. I'm just going to kind of have it just a little bit wonky, not stuck down everywhere. So let's stick her down right there. So guys, we have finished day 5, August the 5th. Time goes by, don't it? So here is the card that we created together. Ain't it cute? So we did this one in orange. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold the phone, Mabel. We need to put some sequences. Hold the phone, Mabel. All right, so let's put one here, one here, one here. I think I'll do purple. Come on. Work with me here. Let's put a purple here. Let's put a purple here. Let's put a black there. Maybe we could put a black one up here. See if we have a black one. Nope. There's one. Let's get that one. That one will work. I'll put it right there. All right. So let's rewind here. Blah blah blah. Here, we're done. We had to put sequins on it. We had to have something. So there we go, guys. So here's the one we created using the Better Press. And this is the other one I created using the Better Press. So guys, day number 5. So I will see you tomorrow with day number 6. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.